So a little different tone for this video, because we're going to talk about Aljamain Sterling and his best friend Merab, and what I think is going to happen now that the landscape's changed a little bit, right? And we're going to talk about people being friends in mixed martial arts and then refusing to fight each other, and people saying they're going to change weight classes, and then how things end up playing out, you know, as things tend to play out differently than people plan, because Aljamain has been promising Merab that he's going to go up to 145. Maybe he will, right? Like, it's possible. Maybe he won't. And then we're going to have to look at what that means for Merab if Aljamain stays at 135, whether Merab cares, you know, whether Aljamain's doing anything wrong. Is he screwing over his buddy? If he stays at 135, is he going to go up to 145? What's going to happen? I have a hypothesis. I would imagine the title of this video is going to make what the hypothesis is very, very clear. That said, I have absolutely nothing but respect for Aljamain and the journey that he's been on. Also, I think that he works harder than any other active fighter who has a YouTube channel. And so I did this in the last video. I'm going to do it in this one. Everyone should go follow Aljamain Sterling's YouTube channel. He puts out an incredible... If you go look at his channel and look at the amount of content that he's put out in the last few years, I am in a unique position to tell you how much work that is. Him doing that and also training camps and all that's crazy. It's a lot of work, dude. And he has a lot of insightful things to say, so you should definitely go give his YouTube channel a follow. Do that. And now I'm going to spend the rest of this video making fun of him and Merab's friendship. Not making fun of their friendship, but just kind of making light of the fact that I think this isn't really going to work out how they planned. You know, like I have a feeling it's not going to work out with Merab as the 135-pound champion and Aljamain as the 145-pound champion, as would have been amazing in imaginary land. Now, also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it immensely if you would help me out and subscribe. But really, if you already subscribed, please like this video and comment on it. I love you guys. I really do, dude. And you know what? I am going to put a sponsorship ad in this video because I put it in my Ian Gary video and it's not performing well. And I'm a person who feels an obligation to people who give me money to give them what they've, give them what they've paid for. So check this out because it's a huge offer for you guys. Now, if you've ever considered getting a Ridge wallet, now is the time. What do wallets and performance cars have in common? Hold that thought. Ridge has partnered up again with Hennessy for a summer sweepstakes.
For the first time ever, Hennessy is giving away a Velociraptor Bronco. We've partnered with the Ridge on this beautiful wallet and key holder.
Your next wallet can turn into a Hennessy Bronco Velociraptor. And here's how. Without spending $1, you can enter on their website for a chance to win a brand new upgraded Hennessy Ford Bronco or $75,000 in cash if you prefer. You get one bonus entry for every $1 you spend on the site, and custom Hennessy products come with up to 1,000 entries. If you use my link, you'll get 10 bonus entries at checkout. And that is ridge.com/Jesse. If you need another reason to buy a Ridge wallet, aside from the fact that I use them, Chael uses them, Mexican martial arts uses them, and everybody else uses them, they're bulletproof.
The bullet bounced back. Yeah.
It also holds up to 12 cards, plus room for cash while remaining as slim as possible. There are 30 plus colors and styles, including burnt fiber, burnt titanium, forged ember, and burnt Damascus. I have the titanium one. Now, the link is in the description, but all you got to do is go to ridge.com/Jesse, and you use my promo code JESSE to get 10% off. That's JESSE promo code to get 10% off. Do it, son. That's a great offer. All right, so let's talk about this thing. So Aljamain Sterling has said that him and Merab were going to, love each other forever, never going to fight each other. They're going to be in the same division, and they're just going to figure it out, man. Now, let me just say this in advance, okay? Two UFC fighters who are training together, who are in the same division, who are both good enough to be in the title picture in a very serious way is very rare, right? Let's just put that out there. Not very common. It's not very common, dude. Because at the end of the day, it takes a lot of skill, perseverance, and luck, to get to a position where you are actually in the title picture. Both Merab and Aljamain both have been very dominant in their performances in the UFC. And so as training partners, they didn't want to fight each other. And they're like, no, I'm not going to fight. Well, listen, let me also say this. It's much easier for one person to be like, no, I'm not fighting the other guy, than it is for the other guy, okay? Contracts in the UFC, everybody knows this. I'm not educating anyone with this information. The UFC champion makes so much more money than a person who is not fighting for the title. so much more money, or not, defending the belt. You make more money when you're challenging for the title, but nowhere near what you get if you're the champion with back-end points on the pay-per-view. Okay, so bottom line, just bottom line, if you are the champion and one of your teammates is the one who's the challenger, and you're like, listen, I'm not going to fight him, man. I'm just not going to fight him. It's easier for you to be that guy than for the challenger to be like, yeah, I love him too much. I'm not going to fight him. Now, the other thing, though, and that people don't consider is like, what's going on in the training room? You know what I mean? It is possible that Merab knows that Aljamain smashes him. That's possible. It's possible that Merab, smashes Aljo. Possible. Stylistically, my guess is that Aljo does very well against Merab, but who knows? Merab's nasty, dude. He's got absolutely endless cardio, dude. It's one thing to be training rounds in the gym. It's another thing to go 25 straight minutes with the same guy. I don't know how they train. I have no idea how they train. But in any gym I've ever been in, you don't generally do 25 straight minutes with the same person. I've never seen that before. I've never been in a professional UFC camp, so maybe I'm wrong. But generally, you don't do 25 straight minutes with the same person. And in my opinion, there are few things scarier than a guy with an endless gas tank, because there's nothing worse than being tired and having a person on you, dude. It's just an absolutely terrible feeling. So it is totally possible that if you just kind of look at the skill sets, Aljamain for sure just runs through Merab. It's like, maybe not, dude. Aljo can get tired. He's got that body type where he's very, the gifts become a curse in some cases. You know what I mean? He's very explosive. Now, I'm not saying that he's a guy who, has a very suspect gas tank, but he got tired against Jan both times. Slowed down. Merab does not slow down. So it's not like that's just a complete walk-through fight either direction. Who knows? Maybe anyway, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, it does not matter why they're doing it. What does matter is that they said they're going to do it. And I know what you guys know, which is what the impact of Aljamain being the champion or the number one contender has on Merab's career if they refuse to fight each other and Aljamain is in a superior position at 135. And number one, that wouldn't really matter except that Aljamain told him he's going up to 145, right? He said he's going to 45. But he's not now, right? Now, it's a weird situation because, of course, every single champion thinks they're going to win every fight. You have to plan that way. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of Sugar Sean. I'm going to go up and do Volkanovski. Now, I will certainly comment that both Cejudo and Aljo targeting 145 as the next realm that you want to try to conquer. Now, just style, like as a matchup, it's like, you want Volk? You guys want Volkanovski? What movie has everyone been watching? He's the most dominant fighter in the UFC. No one has shown any chinks in his armor. He fought Islam Makhachev and fought him to a stalemate. Was never really in trouble except when, Islam was on his back. And it's like, all right, hey, Aljamain, how did Islam do on Volkanovski's back? Volkanovski has no neck. Okay? Gift. If you got someone on your back, dude, take it from me, who probably has more of a neck than Volkanovski, but the ability to make your neck disappear. Jiu-jitsu turtle position. Well, we can just do turtle all the time. I have no neck. You think you're going to do a better job strangling him than Islam? I mean, maybe, but Volkanovski is obviously a horrendous matchup on the feet. So, I would very confidently pick Volkanovski in that fight against either Cejudo or Aljo. So I don't really understand what their thought process is. But certainly after you lose, you're like, oh man, I don't know about going to 145, like exactly what he said on the mic. He was like, well, if I can't get through Sean O'Malley, how am I going to get through Volkanovski? It's like, it's a very different stylistic matchup, but that is true. Volkanovski is as fast as Sean O'Malley, which is insane because O'Malley's very, very fast. Although I don't think anyone's faster than Ian Gary now. Ian Gary's faster than everybody. But nonetheless, I'm off track. So what does he do? Is Aljamain doing something wrong if he stays at 135? Because There is no possible scenario where Merab is not negatively affected by Aljamain staying at 135. And of course he's going to stay at 135. He's not going to go to 145 after he just got knocked out by Sean O'Malley. So he's probably going to screw Merab and stay. But again, he's not doing anything wrong. Kind of, you know. This is a sport that is very bizarre in this one type of way, okay? When you train with guys at a boxing gym, and any of you guys I'm sure can testify to this also. I haven't seen any exceptions to this really, that at boxing gyms and kickboxing too, a little bit less so in kickboxing, but definitely in boxing, it is very, very rare for there to be like really tight camaraderie between people who train together, right? Like your friends, but when they go fight, you know, you have like one guy, you know, might corner you, whatever, but it's very rare for you to have like a big group of people that you're all really tight with. It's the exact opposite in jiu-jitsu and grappling. Like that's your family, dude. That is your crew, right? And I mean, dude, I rep it every single day. Like I think I'm wearing 6 blades every day because I'm like, I want everyone to know I do jiu-jitsu. I'm repping it because that's my fam, son. All I do is do this channel and then hang out with these guys that I train with and love. I love these motherfuckers. You give me, if I had an ability to brand my crew of friends that I hung out with in any phase of my life, I'd wear it all the time. So yeah, I wear it all the time because I love these motherfuckers, dude. But it's very different at boxing gyms. When I used to do boxing and kickboxing, like it's not like that at all. It's not comparable even in the slightest. It's because there's so much collaboration in jiu-jitsu and grappling. You know, like it's like a person traps you in a thing. You know, you get knocked out by a guy, right? In boxing, you get starched. You don't get up and you're all, hey man, show me how how'd you put so much on that shot, you know? I mean, or if you did, that's not like the norm. Dude, if some guy pulls some kind of slick submission that you didn't see coming, you're like, dude, how the heck, like, show me what you did right there. And they're like, and everyone's happy to do it. They're like, I put your arm in my armpit, I rolled over, I made you think I was going here, I put my shin across your shoulder, in front of your neck, and then, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, and then you run through it together, and then people come walk over, and they're all, wait, walk me through that again? The whole thing is so collaborative because you can't learn otherwise. Everybody needs each other. And so, yeah, look, I don't want to fight. We don't want to fight each other. I respect it immensely, but it's very hard to do in MMA. It's very hard to do, and it's rare. And so at the end of the day, though, it is an individual sport. Even though they're your boy, it's an individual sport, you know? And this is the UFC, dude. It's one thing if you're doing small time shit, you know, like how I consider my jiu-jitsu tournaments to be extraordinarily small time shit, you know? Maybe when I fight in World Masters next year, that'll seem like big time shit, but still will be small time compared to fucking UFC. And it's like, if like there was like a guy who I train with every single day who is in a division and there's only like 6 guys in it, like I'd be like, fuck, dude. I mean, I'll still fight, but like I really hope that we don't have to fight each other, and if we do, it's kind of whatever. UFC, if you beat a guy, you're taking everything from them, dude. You know what I mean? You're taking everything from them. You're taking everything. Everybody knows you cannot lose fights in the UFC. You can't. You cannot afford any losses. You know, you could obviously come back from losses, but every single fight is devastating to lose. If you lose, it's devastating what you're trying to put together. And so if you fight against your friend, one of you has to win, and you have to take that from the other guy. But at the end of the day, that's why I never understood why Aljamain was making promises to Merab. It's like, don't make promises, dude. You're not in a position to keep them. You know what I mean? You could say, if I win, then I will do X, Y, Z, but like, you can't control everything here. And he's not going to move to 145 from Merab if it's the wrong decision for his own career. You know what I mean? Like when I looked at that, and the reason why I don't know Aljamain Sterling. I feel like I have a pretty good read on him. I think he's a really good dude. Like I think there's another reason why I really took it wrong when people booed him in Boston last night. Like I really did not like that at all. But I feel like, you know, if he's on your team, he's a stand-up guy, dude. You know? But sometimes people say things and they're almost kind of unaware that what they're saying is like not a promise they can keep. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if Merab would even want to fight Aljo if he got a title shot at him. But again, it's just much more convenient for Aljo to take, to keep this agreement going because he's in a much better position than Merab is. Like, Merab needs to fight for the title. He needs to win and then start defending, for him to make real money. And honestly, dude, Merab, as much as his fighting style, people bang on his fighting style, he's a very likable dude. He is sneaky. He's a sneaky potential star. And all you have to do is just start looking at some of his viral videos of things that he was doing outside the ring. Like, you're like, dude, this guy's hilarious. Like, he's the most good times Charlie guy I've ever seen. Like, he's all smiles, dude. So yeah, he could end up being the champion. But I mean, I think Aljo's going to stay. I think he's going to break the agreement. I think he's going to stay at 135. I don't know if Merab's going to be upset or not. Or maybe Merab's going to be like, you should stay. Like, Merab actually strikes me as a guy who honestly would prioritize Aljo doing what he thinks is best over himself. I really think that, dude. Like, that's what kind of react. Like, you're not going to make him mad if you stay. He's going to want to take that pressure off you and say, you should stay at 135. Don't worry about me. We can both win together. I think that would be harder for Aljo in reverse. It's not a negative on either of them, but I do think Aljo's going to break that agreement and stay at 135. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. Or what? That's I'm done. What? That's all. Love you guys. Bye.